Yo, what's going on, guys? Gonna be showing you the power of full AD crit Udyr in the jungle. You can legit kill people with 1 to 3 auto attacks. I've done several videos on this before, except this time we're gonna be playing him with crit because it's actually more damage than building him lethality, because crit is the most broken stat in the game. It's the reason why they don't have crit for AP items. The closest thing is Rabadon, but that's only a 30% or so increase and not essentially a double increase. So anyways, we're going to be rushing down Gale Force because it gives a whole lot of mobility. After that, definitely got to go for Collector, high AD, crit, and lethality. Then we can go for IE, and we're going to be killing people with 1 to 3 auto attacks. Mark my words. Playing against champions that can block auto, such as Jax and Shen, is far from optimal. We can make it work, though, because there's other targets for us to focus. Udyr is definitely more consistent playing him AP because you can build him tank. You can build him kind of max health damage shred. Even if you're not doing anything, you're on super autopilot mode, you're still going to give solid value to your team. AD Udyr, you have to sit up in your chair a little bit. Otherwise, you'll start to fall off and you won't be giving the equivalent value. Now, with that being said, if your team is super AP heavy, even if you've never played AD Udyr before and you don't know how, you should just do it legit. So yeah, our team this game is a good mix of AP and AD. Nasus has a lot of AP damage in his kit on his R and his E. Obviously the Lulu Kel AP. So it's just really me and Sivir who are the AD champs for our team. So me, Sivir, and some Nasus damage. This game we could have gotten away with playing AD or AP Udyr. On AD Udyr, you can look for Conqueror, Hella Blades. Honestly, even Lethal Tempo. What synergizes best with his empowered auto attacks, though, is definitely Hella Blades. Hella Blades by far feels the best, and you can kill people before they come out of your E stun, so before they can pop their Zhonya's, and before they can use their flash, that type of thing. You can cheese people down super hard. They keep buffing AD Udyr's Q, and they keep nerfing AP Udyr's R, which is why we're starting to see more people catch on to just how good AD Udyr is now. Which I'm glad, because for a long time there, AD Udyr just legit was troll to play, but now it's actually insane 1v9 carry. With Lee, she'll generally be finishing around 315 on Udyr, 315 to 320, which is pretty good considering how high HP. We're literally full HP with 2 refills. It's kind of sick. We're going to empowered Q on this guy, pop him with stun. I don't know if this is going to work. The Jax is going to make things complicated. Almost killed the Warwick. He burned his flash, and Jax had rotation, so it is what it is. Silas isn't going to do anything there. We should have a CS advantage on the Warwick. He did 5 camps in the scuttle. We did 6 camps in the scuttle. Not the best start by any means, but not horrible either. Trading Ghost for his flash. Flash is a longer cooldown. I assume he left his Krugs up is what happened. Yeah, he just 3 camped. I'll take his Gromp on spawn here. Might as well. They're 2 underneath turret. I doubt they're going to ward for a dive, so this bush shouldn't be warded here. Pop R into double Q. Q auto auto. Q auto auto. Back into W, into R. And this is the type of camp Warwick really wants. Gromp is one of his best camps with how he gets extra attack speed when something's below a half health. Gromp is a high health camp. It's a single target camp. It's something you can get through. He's obviously going to go for his Gromp here, not knowing that it's already gone. It's perfect for us. So far, top and mid are kind of struggling a little bit. That's fine, though. Like I said, they have a lot of squishies on their team for us to bully. We can't really... might be able to kill Warwick when he comes for his Gromp. Especially if his damage redux on cooldown. Be able to snap him super hard. Instead, it looks like he's pushing for a kill. I'm going to head on over. Hopefully Lulu doesn't give him a kill for free. Run out, bop him with the stun. Q him down. I'm not sure which way this way is pushing at a glance. I think we have 1 more range creep. Might be pushing towards them. Oh well. First item back. Let's go ahead and get Noon Quiver. Boots. We'll push out for Gromp. Clear down. If he's smart, he'll go to his top side, assuming his bot side's gone. Who knows what he does, though. No jungler should really try to solo dragon pre-6 other than maybe Shyvana after she has some attack speed. Dragons are so tanky, they'll put you really far behind if you try to solo them as a jungler. Ever since they gave the durability buffs to dragons, it's not the best idea to do. You don't really want to put any more points in your R after the first one. You go Q, then R, then you usually go turtle stance into your bear stance for the level 4 gank, or I should say this blazing stampede. The reason why you don't want to max out your R is because your main damage is going to be coming from your Q anyway, since you're building AD, to where it's wasted points. You'd be better off with more move speed from your E or more tankiness from your R, assuming you have the front line for your team. Nasus shouldn't have been doing that. He just blew all of his health for that. That was pointless. He's also just stealing from me when he does that. We've gotten a decent amount of XP from the minions. And we've also been farming a lot because we've been taking Warwick's camps in full clearing. Warwick's top side, he's going to lose these camps again. He's going to be sad when he sees his camps are gone. We also have a potential dive opportunity bot side. They're very low health. I'm not going mid. Ganking for Nasus is kind of bad mid because it's a short lane to chase. Is Wither's going to give minimal value. Wither's more useful the longer the lane is. Wither increases over time, so at first it doesn't start out strong, and then but it ends as essentially a snare. It goes up really, really high in terms of movement speed slow, and they buffed the attack speed slow aspect on it recently. It goes up to 75% attack speed slow when it's maxed, making him an insane counter for even Vayne top. As long as he doesn't die to it early, give up too much HP. I would like to dive. I don't know if it's possible with how my bot lane's playing. They seemingly want to freeze it. They're taking so long to push, it's starting to get dangerous. Yeah, I gotta get out of here. We get the Warwick R, we're alive. It's a good trade. We lingered there for super, super long. I didn't like that at all. Someone's here, they just warded. Silas is waiting to kill me or something. I have to reset. I can't go back into my jungle. Our mid lane doesn't have prio. Warwick's playing heavy bot side. We have above half health, so we can't see our blood trail anymore. Go ahead and pop out and smack him real quick. Run this guy down. Get the stun. Oh my god, what was that damage? We must have just been focused by all three of them in that moment because we died really fast. We were full health and then we went to no health like that. That was quite the transition. Close to the Gale Force. Very, 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 very close. We'll be able to afford it on our next bat. Took mostly magic damage there. It's kind of interesting considering Callista and Senna are AD champs. Make sure you're using your E to get around the map. Low cooldown. We can definitely solo Jax. We have more gold spent than him. We just have to time out his E, and then he's done for. I do prefer the way Smite works in Season 12 than 13. I'm a little disappointed by how Smite works. In Season 13, it's more of a scaling thing where it just doesn't feel good, honestly. Like early mid-game, it just, you don't even know that you have a jungle item at all. Oh, Jax. You greedy little stink bag. We're going to go in the turtle stance, and then we're going to pop out for a Q. Down he goes. Man, we almost died. I kind of have to reset. I don't want to, though. Especially if, since I have vision on Warwick, I'm not going to. If I didn't have vision on him, I would reset. So the shield him out. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling the Emax here. The thing about AD Udyr is, since you're killing them instantly as is, I don't know how much value our W is going to give us when we already have a Nasus on our team to semi frontline for us. They definitely do get Dragon here. I should have gone for Herald. That was my mistake. It was obvious they were going to push Dragon. Warwick was playing bot side when he knew I was low HP. I could have taken Herald. Now, he likely would have known we were on it since we would have had a blood scent over us, but still, it would have been the appropriate call. We're really slow here. Get him with the stun. Down he goes. We're already missing a big chunk of HP. Warwick is dead. If I was closer to Herald, I would take it. Since I'm not, I don't really want to. Since they were in this area, it's probably warded. So if we go for Scuttle here, we're not going to invade him. Instead, we'll just reset. It's not worth dying. Only since they are prowling this area. Very likely there's a ward somewhere. Whenever the enemy support has been in an area within the last minute or two, and you know they were there, it's probably warded. Go for Gale Force here against their team. I'm thinking Merc Treads or Lucids. It's a really tough call. I think Merc Treads might be worth because Warwick Fear Jack stun, Silas stun, Senna Snare. Callista slow. The only thing we won't get to interact with is Warwick R and Callista R, unfortunately. Those are displacements. Nasus is farming camps. What is he doing? He's missing CS to take monsters. Maybe he's done laning. I don't know, but he's missing out on a lot. You get a double bot. Warwick's dead. I don't have passive up. You generally want it for ganks and whatnot. He's doing a crazy amount of damage. He doesn't have items. All he has is basically recurve bow. I don't understand how he's doing that much damage to me. And I get it. We're full squishy, but lethal tempo does nothing. In the first few autos, it's essentially you don't even have a keystone. He's chunking us hard. I guess he did probably have his passive full stacked. Did I just put my... I think I just wasted my passive there. Was not trying to empower to E. You do need to be careful of that. If you're constantly wasting your passive, then you won't have it up for ganks or for fights when you actually need it. It's like here, we don't need to burn it. Camp's already almost dead or halfway dead at this point in the game. There's no need. She just needs to bait him. We'll E in. She's kind of running away from me. Gale Force into him, stun him. Down he goes. Legit. We hit him with an E and then 2 Qs. It was empowered Q though. Maybe this will work. I'm still on Ghost Extensions, Water Walking Celerity, Senna tier 1s, Silas tier 1s. Oh, Warwick just had to be here. Pop him with my R. I need... Yeah, that's good. I really wasn't expecting Warwick to be there, and sure enough, he smacks me with his R every time. She gets him with the polymorph, and he's dead. Later, Warwick. Nice job from the Lulu. That's awesome. That's good stuff right there. Okay, time for Collector. It's very challenging to chase Udyr if you're a short-range melee champ. His R has more range than really every melee champ's auto attacks in the game. His R range is pretty much a Thresh auto range, so Warwick's not going to be able to keep up. If Warwick's currently taking... If he's taking damage within the past, like 4 seconds from a champion, then he loses his bonus movement speed. So he's technically taking damage and simultaneously being slowed by it. He can't keep up. Same reason why Warwick can't chase Ashe. Ashe, even if Ashe is 1 HP, she'll throw out a volley behind herself and keep running. Warwick will be giga slowed and it will perpetually stop his bonus movement speed from kicking in. It's really sad. Never try to chase Ashe on Warwick unless you have your R up on Warwick and you can R through the volley and reach her. Otherwise, it's just not possible. Ooh, he's shredding though. We get the stun and a double Q. He disappeared. I have my Gale Force up. Hey, friend. Oh, what's wrong, Senna? You didn't think I could do that? She even ignited. When Senna players think they're safe. That's why you gotta check items, man. Items in League of Legends these days, they're so broken that it kind of matters. When items are this impactful, it's a lot like having a free, strong ultimate. It's a bit of a slippery slope that, or Pandora's box that League is open. When they started introducing dash-style mobility items, such as Gale Force, Prowlers, and Rocket Belt, those are incredibly hard things to balance, particularly when you put mobility on AD items, because, you know, I've said many times before, the strongest stat in League of Legends is crit. The way crit interacts with AD cannot be matched by anything else in the game for the most part. Just speaking in generalities here on the majority of champions. Yeah, that's just how it goes. So yeah, having Gelforce mobility is just disgusting. It's mainly because they want AD carries to have a form of mobility. But non-AD carries can build these items, so it's not easy to balance at all. Very hard to balance items. Time to get Collector, and we're gonna chunk. We could unironically kill Callista or Senna with 2 auto attacks. 1 E auto, and then I guess technically 2 empowered Q autos, but they happen so fast because it's an extra 122% attack speed. So it kind of looks like 1 auto attack, even though it's technically 2 on the Q. I don't really want to burn passive here, because I'm about to push out. Whenever you're pushing out into neutral areas or push out for a gank, ideally have your passive up so you can chunk. And we do need to get these big time. I'll burn my passive here. I want to take this fast. You can also get it up really quick at this point. We have a lot of attack speed from our items and just from our champion level. That he's on his stupid fear there. Lulu can pop him out of his R. Lulu can take him right out of his R. He couldn't turn there. He had... We're up basically 3k gold spent. Time to lay Herald. Laying Heralds once you've already gotten a pick in that area is ideal, so they can't straight up post up to you. They're outmanned, they're outgunned. Now they have to take it. Oh, I really, really, really want to go in, but I don't have my Gelforce, so it doesn't feel safe. Like, if I go in on Senna, Callista pulls her out. If I try to go in on Callista, Callista jumps out. If I try to go in on Silas, it's just going to be hard there, even with the Kel R, Lulu R. Hey, friend. Meow. See, this is exactly what I was worried about. He killed Ard himself. He got destroyed. On AP Udyr, you pretty much always max your W second, but on AD Udyr, since you're bursting people so fast, it's better to have your E for the extra movement speed. I don't think we can end here, but we might be able to get this inhib at most. We're taking these on the early side. You normally don't want to take inhibs pre-20 because you don't have a Baron to take while they're forced to sit in their base. So they basically end up getting a bunch of free gold and XP over you since your supers are wiping their waves whether you're there or not. It's time to reset. At this point, you would go for an IE. You could build other items. Once again, crit is OP. Once you can fully interact with IE, it's probably the best item in the game. Team stayed to fight without me. Let's see how it goes. Jax jumps in, burns his stun too early because he wanted to get off a full stun rather than block damage and mitigate. Kel's level 13. They do get a kill on the Nasus, but that worked out really well for our team. It's probably GG's. There's no coming back from that. Most likely we'll only get a few more kills and then they'll FF because it's not 20-minute mark yet. Pretty fun though. I highly recommend AD Udyr. Just make sure you're using the appropriate thought process of sitting up in your chair, taking the correct runes, full clearing into ganking, into Gelforce. If you build the wrong items, it's going to make the game very challenging. Oh, I don't like it. I can't move. I can't move. I got stuck. Oh, that's not good. That's not ideal. Oh, apparently Jax died. That's cool. Maybe the super bopped him. It's kind of funny. For those of you who missed the part where I talked about Prowler's difference, Prowler is viable. It is strong. Great option on Udyr. Head-to-head against Gelforce, I don't think it's worth it, though. I really don't. The reason why is it doesn't have crit, so you can't 3-item build into Infinity Edge, which is ultimately your highest, purest form of damage on Udyr, AD or AP at this point. On Udyr's release, AP Udyr was the purest form of damage, but at this point it's crit 80 Udyr on his Q. Absolutely rips. Right now our Q, empowered Q, will do a bunch of attack speed, 32% health additionally, so it's doing 50% of their max health on my 2 auto attacks, not including my base AD. And okay, so it's doing 57% of their max health plus what is 15, 60. It's doing around 70% of their max health damage with 2 empowered Qs. Now they will have resistances. They can resist a lot of that if they have armor. Still, that's a really high number of max health damage. My passive's on a cooldown. You get the stun and the Q. Down he goes. Hey, friend. You know, I'm just going to turn on you then, buddy. I wanted his friend, but it's not worth dying for. He forced my hand. And that is GG's. That game was really short, but don't worry, I have an awesome part 2 for you guys. Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to part 2, because the first part was too gosh darn short. Up against a Rek'Sai this time. Their comp looks really scary with the Amumu, Rek'Sai, and Alawi AoE. That's going to be hard to deal with. We're going to want to snowball on the Amumu early. Looks like Blitzcrank went in for a classic Blitzcrank solo invade. You love to see it. Mordekaiser's going to have a really fun time now playing against First Blood Alawi. I thought I was up against an Amumu for some reason in the jungle, but it's Amumu support. It's going to make things different. I was intending on invading this game, but clearly we can't do that now. Invading Rek'Sai is not usually a good idea. You have to be standing still, otherwise she can see you. And yeah, she usually does a 3-camp clear, so if we 3-camp clear invade, she'll already have finished her buff. Therefore, there's really no incentive for us to do so. I didn't have my Q prep. I should have just prepped it sooner. It's still up in time. Perfect. We didn't auto Q auto. We just Q auto Q auto there. Don't know if a Mumu or someone's waiting there. Keep pulling this out. Get a point in our R. Activate it slightly before we're in range so we can get our Q up as soon as possible. That's where the real damage is going to be coming from. It's amazing to me how healthy Udyr clears when he doesn't even have turtle stance. It's quite amazing. Camp should just die from burnout at that point. We see the Rek'Sai over there on her blue buff. So I guess she started red. She clearly doesn't want to fight us then. So she's doing red into blue Gromp. That's awesome though. We can invade her Raptors now. I doubt she's going to clear back up towards top side. That would be kind of interesting. We'll get a point in turtle stance for healing. I want to be full health just in case she does. We'll go double R there into Q and W, and we're chilling. You only really want to do double R's in your initial clear. Once you have several points in your Q, you'll always do empowered Qs, even against multi-target camps for the most part. She knows I'm over here. She's going bot instead. I'm just going to full clear into this. Might as well take these at the same time. Nearly resetting that one. That's not great. Should be able to get back to full health after Gromp. Gromp heals you way more the lower in health you are. In Season 13, it doesn't, which is super unfortunate. I wish they would change that back in Season 13. Who knows? Maybe they will. Rek'Sai was bot side. We'll look to take top Scuttle and her Raptors. I don't necessarily want to burn my passive on Scuttle. It's a really squishy monster. Can take its shield off instantly with E. Top lane's actually looking somewhat gankable here. Take this real quick. Keep an eye on the Silas. If our Rek'Sai were to back, she would go for her Krugs most likely first instead of Raptors to keep her clear linear. She's still bot side, forcing ganks. We need to make something happen here. Burn Argos if we need to. Amumu gets caught out. Big Blitzcrank hook. We'll ghost this down, put on our E so we can swap into our Q faster. And she gets away. We didn't have any vision. With her flash though, I guess we could have spaced right here, But then we would have never been able to make contact. That kind of sucks. We could have just spaced right here. By stepping into the brush, it lets her walk slightly past us before she has to flash. Kind of unfortunate. Flowery burns her TP. I hope she doesn't cancel my recall. That would suck. If she was really smart, that's what she would have done. But she didn't. She greeted for the minions. Alrighty, we'll go for Gale Force. Absolutely broken item. So much damage output. We'll look back up for the full clear. Full clearing Udyr is the fastest way to scale out of control. Gank whenever you finish your full clear, so your camps are all respawning. And preferably when you have Ghost up as well. Sylas finds a big solo kill and crashes a massive wave. That's not good. Not great. Bot lane's looking gankable. Samira is just a D-blade. Vayne has item advantage. This is very, very gankable. Samira is foolish enough to stay. A lot of people don't even check items, so they just end up taking a weird fight. When in reality, they're 800 gold behind. They needed to run all the way to turret. They overstayed. We get the stun. The Q auto. Nope, not quite. Pop our R for the slow. And we did not get a kill. I kind of want to push this for the XP. My laners could freeze here. Freezing isn't optimal since Vayne's missing so much health and doesn't have life still. If they did try to freeze, enemies would come back with similar items and full HP. So this is a easy decision to shove in the wave. Plus, now the enemies are going to miss minions anyways. The wave will ultimately end up resetting. Should get a dragon out of it. No, don't do it, Vayne. Got 3 points in our Q. Starting to hit a lot harder right about now. And make sure you don't accidentally put more points in R. It's pretty pointless to do that. You're much better off maxing your W or your E second. On 80 Udyr, it's usually your E since you're killing people so fast. Their team has quite a big front line, so we might have to go W max second though. I don't want to deal with that. I shouldn't have showed there. The position wasn't good enough, and my passive's on cooldown. If your passive's on cooldown, there's no rush to do a gank. It's not worth it. That last one probably was gonna burn out. The jungle item burn. Tell you what, going back and forth from season 12 to 13, and season 13 there's really no jungle item burn. But your jungle monster friend will auto attack 2 more times after you stop attacking. So if you hit it and start running away, he'll pop. He attacks once per second. Here, the jungle item burn is much longer than 2 seconds. I have to go for a moo. We'll go straight into my slow since I don't have my passive up anyways. If I have 2 teammates trying to hit someone, we need to slow them down. One of the few situations, particularly in the early game, where you'll actually favor your R over your Q when someone's tanky and your teammates are trying to help hurt them. Let's go ahead and pull this out real quick. The Q auto, swapping a W for healing. Very nice. We don't have our blue smite quite yet. In my opinion, red smite is rarely worth taking. It doesn't slow them. It doesn't do damage until you actually hit them. And they over-nerfed it. It used to be 20% damage reduct. Now it's only 10. Hey, friend. You want to come back? Ooh, he's dead. I still have my passive up, too. I could snap Sylas so fast here. He doesn't know it. But it's true. He's trying to decide whether or not he wants to go in on me. He literally just dies if he does, is the funny part. Missed my stun on him there. He's dead. What is he doing? Like, what is he doing? He really wants these minions because it's a big wave. I think Zed's mad that I'm taking his minions. I can't tell. Maybe he's roaming. It looks like he was typing, though. The amount Sylas just lost, though, is worth it. Zed only lost 4 minions to me, essentially. What's the move here? Dragon's down. I guess we path top side. I'll go W max second this game. It really doesn't make that big of a difference on 80 Udyr whether you W or E max second. I think W max makes more sense though, because they have a lot of CC. Like if Amumu jumps on me, I'm going to want to be able to press W and not die. For example, they have so much CC. I need the tankiness, I think. You don't want to tussle with 80 Udyr. When you see his Hell Blades up, you can click on people and then see what's up. Like here we see he has 2 conch stacks up, which is nothing. When you click on Udyr and you see his Hell Blades up, you don't want to fight it. Even if you think you'll get a good trade, you won't. You won't. If his passive's up and Hell Blades, there's no way to out trade it, really. You have to out kite it and just CC it. I don't know if I really want to gank Alawi here. I don't think I do want to gank Alawi. Oh, no R? Okay, I'll go then. He says no R, I'll gank. Hopefully he doesn't die before I get there. Yeah, you'd never want to gank Alawi for R's up if you're on a melee champ. It's a really bad idea. Even now, ganking her is going to be kind of bad. There she goes. Dies real fast. Mord pops R to try to help. Don't want to steal the minions. I just want the XP. As a jungler, it's the only way to maintain level with the solo laners, while simultaneously staying ahead of the enemy jungler, assuming they're not constantly sharing XP. You both get the majority of the total. It's the way to go. Just make sure you're not a dingleberry and you show up out of nowhere and start doing that. You have to have a successful gank, or they have to ask for it, one or the other. You can't just show up, not gank, and then just start taking minions randomly. It's a really bad idea. That's how you get people rage quitting on you. 10 out of 10 would not recommend. Definitely want to go Merc Treads this game. Triple stun Amumu with stun on Silas. I don't know if Samira... I think Samira's is the displacement. Merc Treads are good here. If you're not sure which boots to go, just focus on damage types. So 80, 80, 80, triple 80s. Plated would have been fine here. If you're not really sure how Tenacity interacts with CC, it just doesn't interact with suppressions and displacements. And if you can't tell, if you're just confused and you're scared and you don't know what's happening or know where you are, then go for Lucids. Lucids are incredibly inexpensive, and they're good even on 80 Udyr. Better on AP Udyr, but they're still good on 80 Udyr due to their cheap price. Same story with Swifties. Alright, let's keep getting points in the W. I want to go for this first. Auto, Q auto, pop the R. We'll E over there. Ooh, moves way out of position. We'll ghost for this. Gale Force, I want the assist. Down she goes. You want to get kills and assists when you're on ghost to extend its duration. It helps out a lot for running people down and taking up space on the map. It's huge, huge, huge. Why does he keep pinging it? What the heck? Rek'Sai is falling behind in XP. We're 3 levels up on her because after every successful gank, you share, and then the enemy jungler compared to you falls super far behind. Even if they're doing fine. Like, I mean, she's not 5 deaths or anything. Down she goes. I think I missed some autos there. Oh, that's not good. I didn't even see the Silas roam. That's my bad. I could have left. Getting the blue buff wasn't worth dying there at all. Giving up a shutdown's kind of oof. Go for the pickaxe. Can we afford serrated? I think we actually can afford serrated. We'll go for that. Spend as much gold as possible. The enemies get a shutdown? How? Vayne didn't spend her gold is how. She'd never reset. After the dragon, she just stuck around. It's not good. It's like what I did, but worse, because she's not a full item. I was only sitting on, by the time I spawned, 1100 gold. She was sitting on, well, probably 1500 to 2k. Somewhere around there. We have Gale Force and Mumu shouldn't have aura at this point, even with his dirty Lucids. Samir tier 2s, he's tier 2s. I don't have blue smite. I'm just gonna run. I don't feel like dying. She's not particularly squishy because of the plated. And the Mumu took a while to get through because of his aftershock after he CC'd me. My Gale Force was on a cooldown there, so That wasn't really an option. Now, Samira hasn't spent her shutdown gold. She overstays and dies. It's just a constant laner things. They don't think about who has more gold or who has the tempo. They just randomly stay and shove. You got to get into the habit of pressing tab before and after every fight. You figure out what works, what doesn't. You build up your internal database. And then just depending on your genetics and your current health, you'll be able to access that database. I mean, varying time. Some people it's a 1/10 of a second, and some people it's like several seconds. It just depends on your skill level, your DNA, and your current health and fatigueness. How fresh you are, I'd say. Because even someone who traditionally, or not traditionally, but would normally have really good reaction times, if they're really not fresh, that can heavily inhibit. They've done studies that people who are extremely fatigued and tired function very similar to people who are heavily intoxicated. It's the level of inefficiency and delayed reaction is incredible. They're all kind of staying bot. I don't know if I should really go over there. It's far away, and we can guaranteed get a turret or run over there, have all of our teammates die, and then they're all full HP. I'm glad we stayed. The fight looked like it was going to end shortly one way or the other. We would not have been able to get there in time. Now they lose a turret. They lose a bunch of minions. So even though we get 1 kill, they got 2. This is probably the better trade for us. When I say probably, I mean definitely. Kills don't do anything. Objectives do stuff. Hey, friend. Why are we trying to surrender? What? Just dove him under turret and has as much gold spent as me or more. Okay, I have slightly more, like less than 500 more gold spent than him. Who's trying to surrender? Oh, Mordekaiser? Seriously? What a butthole. We're on Drag Soul WinCon. This is an easy win. There's no reason to surrender. I think Zed and Mordekaiser are both tuckering out hard. They both got outmatched in lane solo style. Their jungler's been relatively inactive. They're both hard losing CS. I'm not taking into account necessarily the matchups. I'm just stating it more as a matter of fact. Vayne, are you gonna help? Like what? Like what? Come on, help. What? She was so scared to fight. It's like, bro. What? Almost hung us out to dry. Maybe she was laggy or his mom started choking him from behind. Wow. We almost died there. We're on massive ghost extensions. Got triple ghost extensions. 18 more seconds of ghost off that. Be able to take this real quick. Look at that healing. Gross. Should probably go for this Herald, try to end this game early. The Samira Mumu scaling is going to be very scary. And Alawi can play quite well into Mordekaiser, even as the game lasts longer and longer. I'll take blue buff, pressure into Herald. I'd be able to kill bot here. Don't know why Vayne's in such a hurry to reset all the time. Vayne's in such a hurry to leave. Oh, we got the assist. Let's go. I think it's still a collector type of game. We could go Black Cleaver with how tanky these guys are. The thing is, your Q does so much max health damage. That's why you don't generally see Udyr pushing for Black Cleaver. So much max health. That's why Udyr would normally go for something that instantly is applicable, such as Lord Dom's instant 30% penetration rather than accumulative. Because you gotta accumulate it first and you'll have already blown your load. I think Alawi loses her tentacles there. So maybe this is good for my friend. Nice, he did it. Good for him. Standing up for himself. Very impressive. 10 out of 10. Alawi went for plated against Mord. That's a bit of an oof. Oof. She's worried our team's AD heavy, but still, Mord's doing almost entirely magic damage. This plated is a wasted investment. Probably should have just hung on to Boots of Speed for as long as possible. A lot of people aren't willing to do that, even when they're playing a super passive, nonchalant style champion. It's no shame in chilling on Boots of Speed if you don't want to invest into Merc Treads. Because, yeah, sure, she goes Merc Treads. When I gank her, I'll snap her in half. Magic Resist isn't going to help her much against 80 Udyr. She could just delay, not invest in the either boot option. Hey, friend. You guys are both gonna die now. Goodbye, everybody. Get the stun. He's got nowhere to go. So much damage output. They did like 2 to 3 autos. Everything dies. It's gross. Why did I think Dragon was up? Why were they even over here? It's like they thought Dragon was up because I thought it was up. Everyone's hanging out near an empty Dragon pit. I didn't even burn Gelforce there. Sick. Shisha. Yeah, we can't stay here. This is bad. I'm taking a lot of damage. Allow it on the split. Can we solo her? I mean, she has that, so I don't know if we can, honestly. With Hold Break, it's one of the best soloist split push style items in the game, especially against an assassin build. We're not a true assassin because we didn't go Prowlers. We actually have more damage than an assassin. Like over the span of 3 auto attacks, we're doing double the damage basically of a lethality build since we have crit. Close to it. Can we get IE here? We can't. I'll stay then. I'll honor my brethren. Hey, friend. You're dead. You're dead. Mord's in the Shadow Realm. Hey, he's popping off. Sent him straight to the Shadow Realm there. I still have my Gelforce. Meow, 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 meow. Is she not going to throw it out? What a goofball. She actually thinks she can get to me. What an absolute goober. Yeah, you can't keep up with Udyr like that. There's no way. No chance. Not gonna happen. This is one of the best control 3 taunts in the game. Not gonna burn my passive on this. Can rip through. Ooh, you shouldn't have done that. Goodbye. I still have my Gelforce as well. I'm gonna pop in a W first. Look at that healing. Passive's almost up. I just need something to auto attack. Allow his mid. Ooh, that's delicious. I'll be taking that. I went straight into empowerment. Straight into empowered Q at this point in the game. Unless you feel like you need the extra extended damage. If you know you can kill them in 2 to 3 autos, you don't need to Q, auto, auto, Q, auto, auto. You can just E, auto, Q, Q, auto, auto. Just skip straight to empowered Q essentially. At this point, yeah, you'd want armor pen. Armor penetration's the way to go. Gotta shred through people. Lord Doms is insane, killing people who have more health than you, which is everyone since we're not building any HP items. You can get GA on this build. It works just fine. You just don't want to rush it. Oh, she actually predicted that. It's a bit of an oof for me. Good for her. I'll be taking Drag Soul though, so nice job allowing that soul pull. Will be a nice consolation prize. I'll be taking this real quick. Look at that. My god. Seriously, just like 2 auto attacks and it's dead. Allowing, no. She can't stay here forever. I think I just wasted my passive on my E. Oh, I'm trying to get my passive back up, Zed. You dirtbag. You have to do it within about 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Meow, down she goes. It's Baron time. They can't contest. We're sitting on too much of a gold advantage. Unless we were to die 2 to 3 times back to back, they can't get back into this game. And you may say, well, you have Draxel. How would they get back anyways? You can. As long as your comp is that much better, which theirs is. Samir, Amumu, Samir's tied CS. Their mid's tied CS. Zed's outscaled by Silas. Silas Zanya's is a direct counter. Yeah. Just the way it is. That was weird. Showing a ghost tunnel there. There's nobody over here. They're just kind of missing. They're scared to step up. Every one of them outscales their counterparts other than Rek'Sai. Rek'Sai doesn't outscale anyone in the game. I think even Lee Sin's better than Rek'Sai late game. Rek'Sai is one of the worst late game champions in the game. Possibly even worse than Elise. And that's saying something. It's mainly just because Elise is ranged. She can throw out her load without having to commit. Unlike Rek'Sai, who... if she goes in, she can't really get out very well. Ooh, Gale Force out. I didn't want to get R'd there. I didn't see the Silas. I lost track of him, and I did not want to get chain CC'd. We're extremely squishy. I got to get my passive up off something. Thank you very much. Passive is up, and we're ready to rip and dip. Ghost is up. Blue Smite's up. We could back for more items. We don't need to, though. Could probably end right here. Feel Amumu's tears on my fist. His teammates are chasing for kills as they lose their base. I'll kill Samira. She's about to rotate into me. She's trying to hide under her turret. It's like, my guy. Udyr's a heat-sinking USA sanctioned missile. Looking at damage dealt to enemy champions, we had the most in the game. Not too shabby for damage taken. Upper middle of the pack, that's decent for self-mitigated. Upper middle of the pack, decent once again for runes. Ultra high value. There's no way to beat Hella Blades on 80 Udyr. Lethal tempo, press the attack conqueror. Nah, you gotta go with the Hella Blades with the way it interacts with Udyr's passive and with his Q. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and give 80 Udyr a try. It's a lot of fun. My name is Kingsticks. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.